All right, our first example, we're going to find lateral area and surface area of these two pyramids. So I'm going to go ahead and just cut this in half because it is two problems. So this first pyramid for part A, anytime you're dealing with prisms or pyramids, make sure you do know what the base is. So here's our base. This is especially important with prisms. You want to make sure you're dealing with the correct base. It's a little more obvious with a pyramid what the base will be. All right, so remember, lateral area is equal to 1/2 times the perimeter of the base times the slant height. So the perimeter of the base, if we look at our base, we have 16 and 16. Okay, so this is a square. So 16 plus 16 plus 16 plus 16, or 16 times 4, gives us a perimeter of 64. So we have 1/2 times our perimeter is 64. And now we need the slant height. So the slant height is going to go from the vertex down to one of the edges of the base. So that's this segment right here. You can see they told us that that was 17, so our slant height is 17. And then we just go ahead and do that multiplication. 1/2 times 64 times 17 is 544. And then this is an area measurement, so we're going to say units squared. All right, so there's lateral area. Now surface area, because I just found the lateral area, I'm going to just use the shortcut one. It's the lateral area plus the area of the base. All right, well, the lateral area is 544, so we already know that. Now the area of the base, so we go up here and we look at the base. It's a square, and each side is 16. So our area of the base is equal to 16 squared. And 16 squared gives us 256. So to get that total surface area, we just add those together, and we get 800 units squared. So pyramids and lateral areas and surface areas, it's kind of nice because you actually have a formula to follow, so it's a little bit faster than the prisms. All right, part B. First we want the lateral area. Remember, that's going to be 1/2 times the perimeter of the base times the slant height. So the perimeter of the base, let's go ahead and find the base. We'll outline that. So if you add up all four sides, 60 plus 28 plus 60 plus 28, our perimeter is 176. Our slant height is going to be from the vertex down to the edge of the base. They're telling us that that is 50, so our slant height is 50. So plugging into our formula, we do 1/2 times that perimeter of the base was 176 times our slant height. Oh, just kidding. Our slant height is not 50. I was just hoping that that arrow was pointing to the 50. All right, well, we get to fix it. Hope you guys are using pencils. So what's happening is sometimes you don't know the information you need for a formula. So here's our slant height, right? Now, the 50 actually applies to this edge over here. And if I connect those, you can see that we are forming a triangle. So I'm just going to draw that separately. We've got this, we've got this, that's where the 50 is. This is our slant height right there. And then because we know that our slant height is hitting our base in the middle, that means we're going to have 14 on one side and 14 on the other side. So that bottom is 14. So can you see how we just took this triangle and just kind of rewrote it over here? It does form a right angle. Your slant height is going to be perpendicular to the edge of your base. And now we just have to figure out what the slant height is. So I'm going to divide by 2, hoping that this is a triple. Divide by 2, I get 7. Divide by 2, I get 25. Do we have a triple with 7 and 25? 7, 24, 25. We do. All right, so that means our missing side is 24, but don't forget we have to multiply it by 2 because we divided by 2. So our slant height is actually 48. So be very careful with how things are labeled, and you might have to do some little trickery like this to get the actual piece that you need for the formula. So our slant height is 48. Then we just multiply those together and we have a lateral area of 4,224 units squared. All right. So now we can go ahead and find the surface area. Because we just found the lateral area, remember surface area is lateral area plus the area of the base. Our lateral area is 4,224 plus, now the area of that base, if we look at our base up here, oops, there we go, it's 60 by 28, so the area of our base is going to be 60 times 28, just finding the area of that rectangle. So 60 times 28 is 1,680, so that's the area of our base. And now we just add these together to get our total surface area of 5,904 units squared.